All right, guys and gals, we have got one break on tap tonight, and that is a half case of Gypsy Queen baseball. It happens to be the back half of a case that we started a few days ago, so we're going to get into that in a minute. We might have some unpaid teams in there. I will let you know when we get to it. As it stands right now, it looks like there are probably a couple of unpaid teams that may come available. We'll talk about it again after we go over our info. So my feedback is completely automated on eBay. Whenever you feel the urge to leave positive feedback for me, which I hope you feel the urge to do, I will instantly leave automatic feedback for you. Right? So you don't have to wait on me, basically. I have a positive feedback. What's the right word I'm looking for? Reciprocity, I guess. So automated, it will hit your account instantly, pretty much, if you leave it for me. So kind of a win-win there and no waiting. So we like that part. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. Most of us are spending a lot of time indoors these days, so it makes me feel like I have extra company anyway when you all join me, especially in chat. We are taking a look now at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night we're going to embark upon some Donruss baseball, and we will open 8 boxes of that, which is a half case break, and that'll probably take us about an hour and a half. It's got a lot of cards in that product. Both Saturday night and Sunday night will be off nights. On Monday, we're going to open a full case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. Then we will open a half case of Leaf Best of Basketball and a half case of Leaf Ultimate Draft Football. Both of those half cases are loose boxes from a shared case, meaning I got half the case and somebody else got the other half of that case. And on the Leaf Ultimate Draft, spots are listed for sale as first letter of last name. Then on Tuesday night, we're going to open Impeccable Basketball and National Treasures Football. And that is as far as I have gotten in terms of next week. But here's what you need to know about what we're opening tonight. It should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Tuesday. Now, as always, if I can get something out sooner than the date you see listed, I, of course, will be glad to do so. And anytime, it's plus or minus a day. So could go out a little earlier, something happens, could go out a day later. As it stands right now, I am anticipating it to be Tuesday when this half case of Gypsy Queen gets out the door. Now I'm going to bring you back to me for a second, or actually I'll just leave you sitting there for a second, and I'm going to check our payment status here and see if we've got any teams up for grabs. And it looks like we do. We have got the Padres and the Indians that are unpaid. And I'm going to tell you here in just one second what kind of money we're looking like, if anybody is interested in picking them up. They both belong to the same person, so I would have to move both the teams. If I move one, I need to move both. They can be to 2 different people, but they both would need to find a home. So it looks like the Padres closed out right around $22 and the Indians right about $13. If somebody wanted both teams together, we could do it for, I don't know, we'll say $30, save you a little bit of money if somebody wanted them both. Jay Allen's here, and he says YouTube now has hand sanitizer emojis. Ron, you said you're interested in some teams. Liquefied, you're interested in the Padres. Betsy says she might want one or both. Okay, so I tell you what then, guys. If you guys we've got several people interested in them, so I don't really know the best way to do it at this point. Did anybody say they wanted them? Well, somebody asked for the Padres first. That was Liquefied. Ron says he was interested too, but he didn't specify which team. So I tell you what, Ron, why don't you tell me first which team you wanted, because you said you were interested first, and then Liquefied is behind you for the Padres, if the Padres are not the team that you wanted. And then we'll work our way down the line. Now, I'm looking here, guys. I know I've been told before sometimes the chat appears in a different order on your screen, but I'm reading it in the order that it appears on my screen. So that's the only thing I can go by. So let's see who's doing what. Okay, so Ron, you just wanted the Indians. All right, well, that'll be fine. Then, Ron, if you want the Indians, you're looking at $13. And for the Padres liquefied, you're looking at $22. And let me change up the spreadsheet here in a second. And then I've got to close it out on eBay and do a couple of other things like that. So I'm going to bring you back to my view for a minute while I get some spreadsheet work done and like that. I'm going to type in right now my email address. This is what I use for PayPal. I never, ever, ever, ever check this for correspondence. So if you send an email there, it's going to go into just like a giant, just never-ending depth of emails that I don't read. But I do use that for PayPal, okay? So that means that we are looking for Ron to send in payment to that email address for the Indians. And what did I say he's sending? I think $13, right? And then Liquefied is going to send in $22 for the Padres. All right, so we will let you guys work on that. I am going to clean it up here on eBay, get it closed out, and update the spreadsheet, and then we'll be ready to go here as soon as I get that done and they get their PayPal squared away. So bear with me here, please, while I take care of this. All right. We do not want to relist. eBay always tries to relist everything when you cancel it. I'm like, don't relist it, man. And all right, that's good. Now let me get to the spreadsheet. And that was the Indians. Well, I made a big mess of that, didn't I? Well, you can't see that I made a big mess of it, but I did. I was trying to type something one-handed. I did not do a good job, suffice to say. Did not at all do a good job typing one-handed. All right, then the Padres in here is going to Liquefied. Let me get that in there. All right, now I'm going to be able to put spreadsheet back up and we'll keep on trucking here. And then our two people, Ron and Liquefied, if you can please give me a heads up when you have PayPal squared away, that would be very helpful. And we are almost ready to go here, I think. Let me get one more little thing done on my side and then we'll be good to go. Oh man, sorry, 1 second. It logged me out of something, wouldn't you know? Like, I don't know why it does that. You click that little box that says leave me signed in to stuff, and then it still just like logs you out of stuff. I don't know why. And of course I have all these long complex passwords because that's what they tell you to do, but then like it takes me forever to remember it and type it in. So it's a lot of fun. But basically we're almost done. I think we are almost where we need to be. I'm just making sure we're squared away on eBay and that it's canceled out there and everything is happy and good. So 1 sec. All right, now I'm logged back in there, and let's make sure we're canceled out. I think we are, but I'm double checking it. If it will ever load. Okay, yeah, so we're good on eBay. So let me catch up on chat here real quickly. And Travis, you said you were bidding on the Indians too for a minute, and but oh, this is your first break. Oh, well, welcome. And hey, I'm sorry we're starting out this way. Usually we can just kind of get right on to it, but with the unpaid stuff tonight, we're finding them homes. Liquefied, yes, that is the email address that you need to send PayPal to. Ron, if you don't have to worry about the shipping, I mean, I assume you've got other teams coming. If you do, we'll just slide them in there with that. So don't sweat that at all. And so, all right. So Ron is good. Liquefied is good. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. I think I'm caught up on chat, and now we are ready to move on down the road here. If I can get, well, man, all kinds of weird stuff's popping up on my screen. I'm like, all of a sudden, everything's wanting to update. Okay, so this is a 5-box half case break of Gypsy Queen Baseball. Is the back half of a case we started the other day. It is break number 3. It ended tonight on eBay, the same night we are breaking it, which is Thursday night, the 2nd of April. Our team names are on the left-hand side, winning bidders cross from each team on the opposite side. Did have a couple of unpaid teams in here. You'll see that those have been picked up by other people. They are noted there with the second, meaning second chance offer. And Ron picked up the Indians. Liquefied picked up the Padres. Everybody else is as it would have ended on eBay. So yay. Thank you, gentlemen, for picking those two things up. I appreciate you very much, because it is such a problem at times when people bid and don't pay. Fortunately, we haven't had as much of it in the last couple of weeks, but you go through those spells, it seems like, where people just will kind of, I don't know, not pay for a while. They bid and then they just don't pay. And then you go through other periods where it gets just totally smooth sailing. So I don't know. But anyway, thank you is the point of the matter. I hope we have some good luck for you. Maybe the mojo will reward you for your kind deed in picking those up tonight. So if you haven't done a break of Gypsy Queen before, we are looking for 2 on-card autographs per box. We will also find parallels of various sorts. We'll talk about them as we come across them, particularly the first time we see them. Each box will have a little pack of these box loaders in them. They contain 3 chrome parallels in each box. Some of them are numbered, some of them are not. Obviously, the ones that are numbered will call that out. The ones that are unnumbered, which are the plain base like this, well, there's not much to it other than it's the chrome variation. That one was for the Twins, this one for the Yankees. And our third one is going to be numbered. It's for the Red Sox, and it is Michael Chavez, numbered to 150. So each one of our boxes will have one of those handy little box loaders in it. Liquefied collector toys. Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah. I remember seeing that, so I can match it up with that. No problem. I will take care of that. And Ron, I just now noticed the amounts you wrote in there, so you sent a little extra to cover the postage. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Ron. That was very kind of you. Jay Allen is reminding us that he is asking the Mojo to deliver Phillies, Nationals, Orioles, Diamondbacks, and Giants. That means Jay Allen will get a giant package of cards when they ship out. He'll probably have over a pound of cards because there's a lot of base in here. Oh, yeah. You already know there is. So all the cards do ship in this break. I, of course, am going to try to catch the parallels as we go through it live, but sometimes parallels get past me. Let's be real. Sometimes they do. There's a lot to look for on each of these cards. If you see that happen, or even if you do see it happen, flag it to me. I can go back and find it, and we can review it. If neither one of us catch it, the point of the matter is I'm telling you, hey, don't worry, you're still going to get it because all the cards do ship. There was a mini on the back. I felt it, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Fortune Teller Mini Gleyber Torres for the Yankees. We'll find plenty of those. We'll find plenty of these, too. I forgot to change up the focus, didn't I? Those are the tarot cards this year. We have those every year in Gypsy Queen. And this will make it a little bit easier to see, won't it? Yes, it does. But you know what else that means? You didn't see these very well either, did you? Because that stupid camera was probably trying to zoom in and out, and I was not looking over there at my monitor, and I didn't catch it in time, so stupid me, right? That's what happens. I got off to an imbalanced start with all of our unpaid stuff, and then I just forgot a whole step, didn't I? But now we're good. Now we're good. So this is an example of a parallel. We've got a missing nameplate. We'll find a fair amount of those, I would think. This particular one is for the Red Sox with Vasquez. There are also logo swap variations, where that logo is replaced by the face of the gypsy. I mean, there are a lot of different variations that you can pull in here, but the ones we are most likely to pull are logo swap and missing nameplate. The other thing that you see with some regularity, there are what are technically considered short prints in here, although I think they're fairly abundant. They're still technically short prints. And that is any card in the set that is numbered on the back. When you look at the, say for instance, that where it gives you the card number, any card number that is 301 or higher is technically a short print. Now, generally speaking in this product, that is going to be retired guys. Hall of Fame type guys are going to fill up most of those spots for what I'm going to call the high number short prints. And some of those we may catch and some of those we may not. And yes, Liquefied, we have been through that one before we tested out that theory. I think it might have been you that floated that originally. Of course, not every pack has a hit in it, but the packs that do have a hit in them, it is apparently often the fifth card that is the hit or the variation. That is Dylan Cease for the White Sox. But because not every pack has a variant in it, it is, of course, much more time-consuming to kind of go one and then one and then one and then one. So we kind of just keep on trucking. I think we find many of them. We may not find every single one, but between you looking and me looking, I think we'll find most. And any that we don't see, not to worry, you're going to get it anyway because all the cards ship, so that's the good part. That's the good news. Jay Allen says he loves getting the big packages. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you what. You are going to be getting a big package from this. It is these, with that many teams, yeah, you're going to have probably a pretty good size little group of cards drop on your doorstep, which maybe, I don't know, gives us all something to do, right? all the working from home and other stuff that everybody's doing. At least when the mailman comes, you can take a break. So that is that's the way that works. All right. So, Brian says there was a logo swap that went by. Okay. All right, Brian, we'll go back through here real quickly and see if I can find it then. You said one went by that I did not see, I guess. So I am looking for it here. We're just looking at that top left corner, and there it is. All right. See, as I said, there's a lot of stuff to look for. The missing nameplates, the logo swap, some other parallels that you can find. Is it a high number short print? And I definitely know I missed some of them going through the first time. So thank you for catching that one. It is Matt Olson for the Oakland A's. And certainly feel free anytime you see something like that I don't catch to jump in there and let us know about it. And hopefully I glance over there before we get too far down the road, in which case it's pretty easy to find them. If it's because there is a little bit of delay in chat, but it's not a huge one. For the Baltimore Orioles, it is Hanser Alberto. That is numbered to 250. So that's our first numbered parallel of the night that wasn't one of the chrome ones anyway. Oh, Ron, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Ron says he didn't have any other teams in here, so he added in the shipping because he knows it'll be shipping on by itself. So thank you, Ron. You know I appreciate that very much. I really do. So thank you, sir, for that. We have Bobby Bradley out first for our autographs, and that is headed to the Cleveland Indians. So that is one of two autographs that we should find in this box. Jay Allen, you spent eBay bucks on it. Did we get eBay bucks today? How come I didn't get email about eBay bucks? I should have earned some. Man, what's up with that? Nick Senzel and the Reds. Or the Fortune Teller Mini. Yeah, doesn't eBay usually send a message saying, oh, look, you earned this or whatever? Well, I didn't get any message telling me I earned anything. Oh, I'm sad now. Michael Baez for the San Diego Padres. Our second autograph out of box number 1. Well, I didn't buy a lot anyway, so fact of the matter is I probably wouldn't have but a couple of dollars on eBay bucks anyway. Well, maybe more than a couple, but not a tremendous amount at any rate. So we'll just have to deal with the fact that they didn't tell me. Get over it, won't I? Yes. Mitch Garver, Minnesota Twins, numbered to 150. So another numbered parallel coming out to join us tonight. This is an example of a high number short print. Right here in my hot little hands, we have Honus Wagner. And you'll see there he's card number 319. So once again, it's cards 301 and over. And of course, he is a Pittsburgh Pirate. So Pirates have a short print. Another tarot coming out. That one was Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Jay Allen's Philadelphia Phillies. You know, I wonder what's going to happen with baseball card prices for rookies if the guys don't play this year. Mike Trout Fortune Teller Mini for the Angels. Behind that, we have a Rafael Devers, and that's facing around the opposite way. So that's an action image variation. That's an image variation. It's something, I think, or it wouldn't be facing around the opposite way. So some kind of variation. I'm gonna go with image variation. So I know, of course, obviously when they do start playing that the values would sort themselves out. But I'm just theorizing, let's say that they don't play the rest of this year. What happens to the prices during this year? Because normally rookies' prices are going to ebb and flow based on his performance, right? So, yeah, that's kind of the thing. I'm just curious as to how that's going to be. Jay Allen, you did not get an email about your eBay bucks. They were just there. Oh, all right. Well, then I guess I'll have to check mine. Maybe they are there. Huh. Ron says both of the teams that got picked up have already had a hit. See? Told you, didn't I? Mojo tries to take care of you guys that help out when we have unpaid teams. And it just so happened that you each got one out of that first box. So that's pretty good luck, right? I like that. It's good karma indeed. Oh, Jackie Robinson Day, was it? This Rafael Devers? Oh, yeah, it is. The 42 on the sleeve. See, I didn't even see the number on the uniform, but you can see the 42 on the sleeve there. So, yeah, absolutely. Jackie Robinson Day. Good call, guys. I didn't see a number on the uniform. Didn't think to look at the sleeve. Let's see what the odds are on those. Those are kind of, let's see. Well, they're 1 in 152 packs. So, yeah, that's not super common. Good eye there, Joel and Liquefied. Thank you much for identifying what our variation was. Mondesi for the Kansas City Royals. And then for the Atlanta Braves, you have Acuna. And our last box loader out of box number 2 here is Goldie for the St. Louis Cardinals. Travis, you said you were wondering the same on which? On whether or not that was Jackie Robinson Day or on something I was talking about and have forgotten what it was. Could be either one. You said you just started collecting. Oh, you're talking, I bet, about the values. Yeah, that we were talking about a minute ago. See, it takes me a minute. I collect back through there eventually. you are collecting for your boys to hand down to them later down the road when they get older. Oh, that's fun. I like that. That's a good idea. Because then they have something, it's kind of cool because it's something that Dad collected, and it also teaches them an appreciation for the whole hobby, and I like that idea. That's very cool. Betsy says, will they get another rookie card logo next year? No, they definitely won't get that. If they've got it this year, they will not get another one. But I will tell you what it might impact is, say, for instance, now Series 2, they're already going to have set as well who the rookies are in Series 2. So they have been predetermined whose rookie cards will be in there. I don't know if they would have already predetermined for update. And now update is usually where you will find some of the hot rookies that have come up and you haven't seen any cards for them yet. So update might just be decimated this year. That would be interesting. All right, so there are two fortune teller minis. One I pulled off the top, one I pulled off the bottom. You have Yordan Alvarez for the Astros, Brendan McKay for the Tampa Bay Rays. But a lot of that stuff, my understanding of the way that a lot of that works, as it has been explained to me, is that Major League Baseball will often designate who is to be, whose rookie cards are to be released when. So, for instance, Yordan Alvarez and Bo Bichette, well, they could have easily, each of them, had their rookie cards released last year. But I guess Major League Baseball said, no, you're going to release them in 2020. So, okay. And like they announced back a few months ago that Luis Robert for the White Sox, that his rookie cards are going to be in Series 2. So that had been predetermined months ago as well. And I'm sure they listed some others too. He just happens to be the one I remembered out of there that was already announced for Series 2. But they don't often announce who's an update because I think they base it to a large extent on play. Who's come up that maybe they weren't expecting or something like that that hasn't been scheduled in, and they get them dropped in with update. But I don't know what kind of product that's going to leave us with for update. It's going to be weird, right? And then if they didn't play the whole season, then you're going to have guys like Robert whose rookie cards come out in a season where they never even took the field. So we have got a little autograph for the Blue Jays with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. numbered to 99 with the blue parallel. So Blue Jays happy to get one, but probably not exactly the guy they were hoping to get anyway. All right. Joel says, I need to find him a signature for the Boston Red Sox. He thinks they're going to have a hot case tonight. I paraphrased that a little bit, but yeah. All right, brother, let's try and do it. Let's find you some Boston Red Sox in here. I will do my best for sure to see if we can have some luck for you. For the White Sox, speaking of Robert, there he is. But I guess that kind of makes even our regular season collecting, it makes it a little bit like prospecting, doesn't it? I mean, that's the whole idea behind Bowman. You get them before you really know how good they're going to be. We're acquiring them and paying for them based on their anticipated performance. And usually that's what you would do with Bowman. Obviously, it's all prospects, or predominantly prospects, but not ordinarily what you would do in a regular Topps product. But this year, I guess it's all kind of that way. So we'll see, anyway. We'll see how it rolls out. Travis, you said uploading videos of the openings we do on YouTube, maybe to look back on when they get older. That's cool, too. That's nice. So you'll be able to say, hey, here's this card, and here's the day I pulled it, and this is what it's worth now. This is what Dad got it for when he bought it for you, and now you can buy a house. That's what we hope, right? That you get the ones that you can say, yeah, and in 10 years, 20 years, you can buy a house with that card. It is a blank nameplate for the Marlins with Diaz. I mean, we've definitely, what have we pulled? Just the one, I guess, that was around $100,000 card that actually sold for around $100,000. We've pulled several that have been up in the thousands, but I think that's the highest one I've ever pulled, personally. There is a Yelich for the Brewers with a Fortune Teller Mini. So that guy could have, well, maybe not bought a house, but he could have paid for a chunk of a house anyway. With a sweet little 100K there. Our first black and white shows up. Black and white in here are numbered to 50. This one goes to the Brewers with Lorenzo Cain. So the first one we see 250 tonight. Hopefully we'll find a few more of them before we finish up. That would be the ideal anyway. I like the black and white ones. Cal Ripken Jr. with a high number short print for the Orioles. Baltimore, baby. Jay Allen says eBay just now notified you that you won the Nationals in this break. I know, their emails are weird sometimes, aren't they? I get things most nights when it gives me an email that the auction is over. They come in the correct order, i.e. in the order I listed them on eBay, the teams in alphabetical order, so it makes it super easy for me to cut and paste and put it in the spreadsheet. For my Cincinnati Reds, there is Castillo to 250 for Cincinnati. And then there are other nights where it will send those emails all weird and out of order and out of whack and takes forever to sort through them and get the spreadsheet done. And there's no rhyme or reason. And then there's sometimes, every once in a while, where it just won't send you the emails at all. And then maybe 2 weeks later, it'll dump in all the ones that it should have sent you to begin with. The Cubbies have a hit with Alzolay for Chicago Cubs. That second autograph held out until the bitter end, didn't it? Not quite the last card, but the last little stack of cards anyway. It was in no hurry. And then I've heard, I think it was you, Jay Allen, that told me that you had some problems before where it would tell you that you were outbid or you didn't win, but really you did win. Or sometimes it'll tell people that they won and really they didn't win. And I think that has to do with people using sniper services and putting in bids that end with maybe 1 or 2 seconds to go, and somehow the eBay servers don't catch up to it for a minute. I don't know. It's bizarre. But they have some weird email issues. To 150, that is Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays. And then we have a base chrome parallel for Minnesota with Rosario. And our other one here is the Padres. And that is Manny Machado. Betsy, you're asking what card was the one that sold for $100,000? It was a Shohei Ohtani. It was his rookie card out of Bowman Chrome. And it was the card that they showed in all the advertisements where he had signed his name in Japanese, or kanji, I think they called it. And as it turned out, well, first of all, it was numbered to 150. It was 20-something out of 150, but it was the exact card used in the marketing materials to show that variation. And as it turned out, that was the only one that was signed in Japanese. So it was really, even though it was numbered to something of 150, it was really effectively a 1 of 1. So we knew when we pulled it that it was special because it was signed in Japanese, but we didn't at that point know how many there were. So we were thinking you know, maybe $10,000, $20,000 cards, something like that, maybe even $30,000. And then as we were going through the break, the guy who had the team was looking stuff up to see could he find another one like it, and he couldn't. And then we're thinking, maybe it's even a little bit better than we're thinking. But then after it was all said and done, I tried to find out from Topps what the card would, if there were others, how many were signed in Japanese. And although Topps did not answer my tweet, the guy from Beckett picked it up, and so then he contacted Topps and asked them the question, trying to get the answer. And they wouldn't ever tell him for sure either, but they told him all they would ever say is very few or less than 5, or I mean, something vague, but you knew there were hardly any. But in fact, it was the only one. For the Boston Red Sox, that is numbered 250, Xander Bogaerts. Black and white parallel. But yeah, so of course I immediately sent it to the guy. I arranged to overnight it to him. Then he overnighted it to have it graded. They turned around the grading pretty quickly. Like he got it back within a week or 10 days or something like that. And it ended up grading out at a 9.5. The only thing it got dinged on was centering, which is something, of course, nobody on our side could control. Bo Bichette, Fortune Teller, Many. But the guy, after that article hit, all these people were coming to me wanting to buy this card, wanting me to reach out to that guy. So, the customer. So, I did, and I kind of acted as a middleman, and I know the person he was negotiating with had offered him somewhere in like the 75,000 range as a raw card. And then, of course, it came back graded a 9.5, which bumped it up a little bit more. And he never did tell me what the final tally was, but I believe it was around 100,000 that he got for it. So, no, Joel, I did not get a tip of any sort, as a matter of fact. And that guy only ever came back and broke with me like maybe one other time. He had broken with me before that, but then like one other time he broke with me after that. So for the Blue Jays, hey, that's who you're looking for. It is Bo Bichette, logo swap, numbered to 99, and that's pretty sweet. Because we hit Alvarez out of the first half of this case, and then we hit Bo Bichette out of the back half of this case. So all in all, I would have to say this is a pretty solid little case of Gypsy Queen that we find ourselves in the middle of. First half had a ton of Dodgers, too. Tons of Dodgers. For the Mets, Ramos, numbered to 250. So, hopefully our good luck's going to continue on. So, Bichette, again, with a tarot card insert. But I would imagine that will probably be the most expensive card that I would ever pull out of a common, I shouldn't say common, out of a current set. I mean, that's a crazy high amount of money for a card out of a current set. So I would think that's probably going to be the top of my mountain as far as value for me breaking. Aaron Judge, Fortune Teller, Many. I mean, I guess you never know. Stranger things have happened, but that was pretty special. Also, because at that time, the superfractor had not yet been pulled, so the 1 of 1 wasn't out there. And even though, again, this wasn't technically numbered 1 of 1, it was a 1 of 1, so it's pretty cool. Alrighty, we have Jesus Luzardo for the Oakland A's. We're getting some nice variation in the second half of this case. So Oakland taking one home. After having a lot of Dodgers in the first half, back half is spreading the love around a little. So I like it when that happens. You said, I said, Betsy, you're doing the Kung Fu fighting song, aren't you? When you typed in everybody was kanji signing. Like to the theme of everybody was kung fu fighting, right? I'm guessing. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. Jay Allen, you said sometimes your outbid notices are an hour after the fact. Like, what are they doing over there at eBay? They make plenty of money to have good staff and good servers. They should not be having those issues. You don't even want to know how much I pay them every year in fees. It is an astronomical amount of money. You could buy a couple of cars with the money I pay to eBay in fees. Not to even mention what I have to then turn around and pay to PayPal. That's hard to say, pay to PayPal. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, let's see what else we can find here in this box. What else is going to be interesting for us? Ooh, bazooka back. I like those. We found a bazooka autograph the other day, too. I think it was of Tatis. This is a nice bazooka back here. One of my favorite kinds. And look who's on the front. It is a Babe Ruth high number short print bazooka back for the Yankees. That's a sweet little hit, kids, right there. I like that. I like that little card. Very nice. Jay Allen says it was Alvarez and 8 Dodgers. Was it really 8 Dodgers? Like, I knew it was a lot, but I didn't realize it was 8. That is a lot. So there is a Mike Schmidt high number short print for the Philadelphia Phillies. Yeah, the first half of this, it was in just, I've never, it was an Ohtani fortune teller mini. I've never seen a case of Gypsy Queen as weighted towards one team as the first half of this was. It's just odd. So hopefully that was an aberration and we won't see that kind of stuff going on throughout. Fortune teller mini Vlad Guerrero Jr. So we hope most cases are not like that. Of course, if you're the team that has all the hits, you're like, yes, make every case like that. But if you happen to be anybody else, you're like, no, I don't ever want to see another case that comes out like that. Oh, Jay Allen, I don't know if I can say it 3 times fast. Pay to PayPal, pay to PayPal, pay to PayPal. I guess I can. It just took me a minute, so maybe that wasn't fast. I didn't quite meet your definition, perhaps, of fast. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No, Tampa Bay Rays. Football on the brain. Brendan McKay. Blank nameplate. Would be something if he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, wouldn't it? I know, I was looking at earlier, I'll confess it, I was looking at the fact that Tom Brady has rented or purchased or something. Anyway, he's going to be living in Derek Jeter's old house. And apparently it's like 5 or 6 miles from the facilities for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And yeah, so I'll admit it. I have a little bit of that on the brain because I was looking at it. I was looking at those pictures of that house. It looks really, like you could only see it from the outside, the pictures that were there, but it was talking about the various amenities and the size. I think they said 30,000 square feet. So I guess he would potentially maybe could go, I don't know, a week or so without seeing the wife and kids if he felt like it, while being under the same roof. For the Nationals, that is Carter Kieboom. For my Cincinnati Reds, we have got a little Nick Senzel. And the third one out is a refractor. It's for the Oakland A's. And Seth Brown, numbered 250. The big 5-0. Oh no, Betsy, I thought you were in the first half of this. Weren't you in here the first half of this? Well, obviously I guess you weren't, because you said you didn't realize there were that many Dodgers when you took the Dodgers tonight. Well, I think maybe that's the night you just stopped by and didn't stick with us, and I just had in my head that you were with us that night too, but maybe not. It doesn't, frankly, though, mean that we won't still find more Dodgers, because it was pretty heavily weighted, so I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't more Dodgers somewhere in here. And of course, it was the start of a new case, so as we normally do, we used random.org to mix up the boxes, which for one thing is I thought made it even more unlikely that we would have had them all right there together in a stretch, but somehow we did have a lot of them. Jay Allen, you're going to go check out that Tom Brady's house. Yeah, well, I mean, it's online. It's Derek Jeter's house. The article just said something about he's going to be living in Derek Jeter's house. So it was hard to tell, had he bought it? Was he renting it? Did it used to be Derek Jeter's house and then it's been somebody else's in the meantime? I don't know. It was kind of vaguely worded. But I got completely distracted by the 30,000 square feet and all the things that are in the house. And I was just thinking, wow, wouldn't it be so nice to be that rich? And then I thought, well, no, I wouldn't want to clean that. And then I thought, well, if I was that rich, I guess I wouldn't be the one cleaning it now, would I? So then I was back to wanting it. So now you know how my mind works. Yeah, that's the thought process I went through. Wow, it would be good to be rich. No, I don't want to clean all that. Oh, yeah, rich people hire people to do stuff. A blank nameplate for the White Sox with Dylan Cease. But you would have to have, wouldn't you have to have a group of people coming in to clean your house? Either that or one poor lady would have to come a bunch of days in a row. She'd have to be there like every day and just clean a different section of the house every day. Max Scherzer, fortune teller Minnie. She would almost have to live there. And just, oh, well, today we'll clean this 2,000 square feet. And then tomorrow we'll clean another 2,000 square feet. Deion Sanders. High number short print. Cincinnati Reds. I don't really know how that would work. I know, I shouldn't even be thinking about things like that. But, well, I don't know. It all started with me just telling you that's why I said Tampa Bay Buccaneers instead of Tampa Bay Rays, because I was looking at that shortly before we started the break. I just couldn't resist. Another black and white. It is numbered 250, Marte for the Pirates. But since we don't have any live sports these days, that's the kind of sports news there is. So I guess we probably all go read it, don't we? And an autograph is out for, right on target, A.J. Puck for the Oakland A's. We see that guy in everything, don't we? Everything. That's 2 A's in a row. But Puck is in, Jay Allen, isn't he in at least half of the things we open? I think he is. And here comes another autograph. It is Garcia. It is headed to the Cubbies. Chicago, I think that's their second autograph. I believe, anyway, that it is. Jay Allen, if you said if you were that rich, you still wouldn't want to live in a house that big, kind of with you. I don't think I would be real inclined to want to live in a house that large either. I mean, what are you going to have, 1,000 square foot bedroom? Your bedroom as big as everybody else's house? Acuna, fortune teller Minnie. I mean, not really, obviously. They just have lots and lots of rooms, but I concur that would be a bit cumbersome. I mean, somebody could break in and squat and live in half your house and you might never know it. As long as they dodge the cleaning lady, right? That is Verlander for the Astros. It is numbered to 250. And there's a little Dodger right there for a tarot insert. And that was Walker Buehler. Yeah, see, he is in every case, isn't he? It feels to me that way too. Puck, I mean. The Phillies with the tarot. Of course, there's always that guy in almost any sport. There's one guy, one rookie, that you just seem to pull 10 times more than any other rookie. And it happens virtually every year. There's always that guy. And I think this year in baseball, A.J. Puck is that guy. At least that's how it's looked to me up to this point. It seems to be the case. All right, what have we here? Number 2, 150. We've got another Babe Ruth high number short print. This one, the blue parallel. The other one, of course, was the bazooka back. So the Yankees with a couple for the Babe. Padres and Tatis. And there's Willens for Minnesota. We've got a logo swap for Minnesota. And Polanco on the front of that one. And we're almost there. All right, we are rolling into the last box. So yeah, we're heading into last box mojo time. I need a little drink of water before we embark upon it, though. All right, last box mojo magic. You would like a nice kitchen, a workshop, and a lot of land. I agree with you on the lot of land, but not like so much that I couldn't easily manage it. I'd be fine if I had maybe like 3 acres, say. I don't know that I would want more than that, but 2.5, 3 acres, something in that neighborhood would be great. I would want a room that I could put all my collectibles in, and I would want a home theater, cinema type room, and then a really nice kitchen. And a basement. I would like a basement so I could store a bunch of stuff in it and not have it all over the place. Numbered to 99, Altuve and the Astros. And then we have a little Philly here, Didi Gregorius. And our other box loader is for the Dodgers. That is Justin Turner to 150. Strong Crosby, Paris Campbell is the guy that signs in every case for football. Yeah, you are right. Sometimes he comes out more than once. And Easton Stick, too. Easton Stick and Paris Campbell both, I think, come out a lot. And both those guys from Minnesota come out all the time, too. All the time. So there's really 4 guys that I feel like we've seen a tremendous amount of in 2019 football. Alexander Madison, Irv Smith Jr., Paris Campbell, and Easton Stick. Yeah. They all outlasted everybody else when they were signing stuff. So they sat them all down, gave them a Red Bull, and said, sign till you're tired, and those guys just never left. They checked into a hotel and signed for an extra 2 days. I don't know. All right, Jay Allen, you need Phillies, Nationals, Orioles, Diamondbacks, and Giants to come through for you in this last box. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that then. Oh, you're talking about you would want your land to be mostly wooded so you wouldn't have a lot of upkeep and stuff. Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could do that. I could certainly do that if I had not as much upkeep. Corey Dickerson. First autograph out of the last box. Ask and ye shall receive, Jay Allen. Your Philadelphia Phillies for Corey Dickerson. So now at least you know you don't have to go to bed mad. You don't have to go to bed thinking, daggone it, I spent my eBay bucks so I didn't get anything. So at least we have something for you. And there's a fortune teller mini, Acuna and the Braves. Let's see what else. A Vlad Guerrero Jr. something for Toronto. Oh, Players Weekend with those ugly, ugly uniforms. But nonetheless, a parallel and another nice hit for the Blue Jays. I did really dislike those uniforms quite a lot. Quite a lot. There was no part of that all black, all white Players Weekend stuff that I thought looked good. A logo swap for the Padres. And I don't know why I'm thinking it was going to be numbered. Of course, it's not going to be numbered. It's the logo swap. But it's for the Padres, Munoz. There's Willens again, fortune teller mini for the Twins. Kevin says the Mets are skunked again. Well, we don't know yet, right? I mean, we still have some to look through. Maybe not. Let's hope not. Didn't we just pull a nice Pete Alonso out? Oh, maybe that was out of Inception. That might, yeah. I think that was Inception. I take that back. Tatis for the Padres. Because, yes, I'm pretty sure it had a relic, which would have meant for sure it was. Oh, there's a nice little Aquino for my Cincinnati Reds. A GQ tarot card insert for the Rockies. And I felt like somebody was stuck to the back of one of those, but I guess they, in fact, were not. But it felt like they were. There's a lot of Reds right there in a row. There was Aquino and Dietrich, and there's Sonny Gray. A lot of Cincinnati Reds. All base, but still clustered together. Max Scherzer with a fortune teller mini. All right, we got a few more packs to open here. Jay Allen, you're still looking for the 390th Hoskins auto. I still cannot believe you rounded up that many. That's impressive. That's a lot. Are any of them duplicates? I can't remember if you told me the other day if they're all individual or if some of them are duplicates of from the same set, or if they're all from different sets. Oh, was there also an Alonso and another earlier Gypsy Queen break? Okay, I can't keep track. We open so much stuff, it's hard for me to remember. I'll like vaguely remember we hit XYZ, but I don't always remember what it's come out of. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. But, of course, I see a lot of cards every day between sorting and shipping and breaking. A Johnny Bench high number short Cincinnati Reds. This guy tried to jump off my pile here, Eric Hosmer for the Padres, but doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear But his base card was trying to jump ship on us there for a second. You only have a few of them are duplicates, and the rest of them are different, or at least variations from the same set. Wow, man, that's a lot of work to put together a collection where you've got 389 different ones. That is, or essentially different ones. That's a lot of work. Betsy, what'd I tell you? I said there might be a Dodger left. Matt Beatty is our last autograph out. And truthfully, I think we hit him 2 or 3 times out of the first half of that case, because I think we hit him with a blue parallel and maybe a regular one. And maybe we hit him either 2 or 3 times in the first half of this case, and there he is again. So I told you I didn't think the Dodgers were necessarily done. Jake Arrieta, that is a logo swap for Jay Allen's Phillies. Of course, we will do a little recapping after we finish looking through these last few cards here. Then we'll come back and take a pass through what we've hit. For the Orioles is Trey Mancini, numbered to 150. Hey, and where'd Liquefied go? He's usually talking in chat, too. I haven't heard him. He must have said, this break's too long, and took off on us. Pete Alonso, Tarot. Okay, we are going to recap a few things here. Let's just get it all out on the table and we'll take a look. So these are our box loaders. I usually recap them just, I don't know, because they're chrome and they're nice and people want to know what was in there. So that was to 150 for the Dodgers. This one to 99 for the Astros. Let's go ahead and pull this one because it's going to be numbered as well. For the A's, numbered to 50. And we'll go ahead and grab this other numbered one, which is the Blue Jays, numbered to 150, Vlad Guerrero Jr. One more blue one. Michael Chavis to 150 for the Red Sox. Now, the rest of these are base chrome box loaders. Phillies, the Reds, the Nationals, Padres, Twins, Cardinals, A's, Royals, Twins, and Yankees. So that's how our box loaders look tonight. Some other numbered cards. Liquefied is here. You usually chat with us, man. I thought you might have taken off. For the Orioles to 150, it is Trey Mancini. For the Astros to 250, it's Verlander. Numbered to 50, Sterling Marte. The New York Giants to 250. The Red Sox to 50, Xander Bogaerts. Cincinnati Reds, Castillo to 250. The Brewers to 50 with Kane. Minnesota Twins to 150 with Garver. And Alberto to 250 for the Baltimore Orioles. A logo swap for the Phillies. High number short, Cincinnati Reds. Logo swap for the Padres. A Players Weekend uniform variation for the Blue Jays. Logo swap for the Twins. And a little Babe Ruth for the Yankees. Blue border, high number short print to 150. High number short for the Reds. A blank nameplate for the White Sox. Blank nameplate Tampa Bay Rays. High number short for the Phillies. This is high number short, Bazooka back, Babe Ruth for the Yankees. High number short, the Orioles. Blank nameplate for the Marlins. This was Jackie Robinson Day for the Boston Red Sox. Next up is a high number short print for the Pirates. A logo swap for the A's and a blank nameplate for the Boston Red Sox. Now, again, there may be other variations that I didn't catch when we went through, and you guys didn't catch it. Neither of us caught it, perhaps. But if it is in there, you're going to get it. All the cards do ship out of here. So we endeavor to catch all those high number short prints and things as we go through live. But realistically, we may miss some. But don't worry. You'll still get it. So Matt Beatty comes out for the Dodgers. And then the Phillies have an autograph with Corey Dickerson, followed by Garcia. And the Cubbies, for the Oakland A's, it is A.J. Puck. The A's again with Jesus Luzardo. Here's a sweet little Bo Bichette, and it is also a logo swap. That heads to Toronto. It is numbered to 99. The Cubbies and Alzolay, a Yuli Gurriel Jr. blue border that is numbered to 99. Also going to the Blue Jays. And there's Baez for the Padres. And then for the Indians, Bobby Bradley. All right, so that is the break and the recap. I'm going to put up the spreadsheet information one more time here. For those of you who maybe jumped in late and missed it, you can get another look at it right now. Find out when you can expect your items to ship and all that kind of fun stuff. So right now I'm projecting Tuesday. If I can get it done faster than Tuesday, you know I will gladly do so. I do know that my regular mail carrier is off until Monday, so that gets dicey. Sometimes the replacement shows up, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they come really early in the morning, sometimes they come really late. So right now, with everybody kind of trying to follow governor's orders and stay home, I do rely on that pickup. So we'll just have to kind of play it by ear when our person shows up to a certain extent. But at any rate, Tuesday is what I'm hopeful that it will be out by then. If not sooner, could always slide a day later if something weird happens. Everybody, of course, pulled cards in here. Tons and tons of base cards in this product. So everybody's going to have a package with lots of cards in it. So we don't worry about consolation cards on that one. Now, breaks that are already listed on eBay. This is the stuff that we're going to be breaking over the course of the next few days that you can already find the auctions up and running on eBay. So tomorrow night, we're going to start a new case of Donruss baseball, and it will be an 8-box half-case break. Probably take us about an hour and a half to plow through that. Both Saturday and Sunday will take us off nights. On Monday, we're going to come back and do TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys by the full case, a half case of Leaf Best of Basketball, a half case of Leaf Ultimate Draft Football. Those Leaf products are both loose boxes from shared cases, meaning I got half the case and somebody else got the other half of the case. In basketball, Best of Basketball, redemptions are a separate bidding category. And if we were to pull a redemption, it would be for potentially a sealed box of cards, a sealed pack of cards, or a memorabilia item. But of course, there's no guarantee we would pull it. And in Leaf Ultimate Draft Football, even though I apparently forgot to write it on there, the spots are sold by the first letter of the last name in that one since we haven't had the draft yet. Then on Tuesday night, we'll break a case of Impeccable Basketball and a case of National Treasures Football. So that is how it's going to look in the days ahead. And I guess that's it for us tonight. So once again, thank you everyone for being here. I do always appreciate it. I hope that you have an enjoyable rest of your week. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, stay indoors, and we will see you the next time. Bye now.